Ladies and gentlemen, w- welcome back to another episode. Um, this is another Wednesday, another episode for Anime Unlock, and tonight's show. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was kind of looking forward for this show. I'm waiting for my co-host to pop up. I hope he show up because this is a very interesting topic. Hey Eric, how you doing? Because this topic right here, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It related to a particular show that we did a couple of weeks back. If y'all know what I was talking about, I'm talking about Gunslingers. And there's some similarity of that particular franchise with this franchise, so to speak, in a very unique, odd way. But other than that, this is the Wednesday. We are in the middle of the week. We're halfway through. Hoping to get over the chaos, whatever may be going out there. Hope everybody having a good week so far. I know there was a special election in Wisconsin and Florida and a few other states. Hope you got out there, do what you got to do. I hope everybody is fine. How's everybody doing? I'm gonna wait a few more minutes, hoping that my co-host can pop up to the show so we can have the unique discussion. And I hope he had the presentation prepared for this show. I hope he does. Hello, Mariana. How are you as well? Now, before we start this show, I'm gonna throw out some questions to you guys. What anime, what franchise do you feel that we should talk about in the upcoming shows? What do you feel that need to be dissected? There are a lot of upcoming animes that are coming out this season during the spring, entering the fall, so to speak. Um, there's some past animes that have been overlooked. There's some iconic anime that have been a mainstay in people's childhood, either from the 80s or the now 90s or the early 2000s. Um, there's some controversial animes that stir out the pot, so to speak. So you let me guys know. Either you say on here, the live chat, or you leave it on the comment. What anime do you feel that we should need to speak upon or dissect or put on the spotlight? Please let us know. Because in this show, Anime Unlock, like I said, no anime is safe. If the anime did good, we give that anime respect. If the anime did not do well, well, you get a rude awakening. It is what it is. You gotta give every anime franchise a due process. Sometimes we may have to come back and revisit the case and see if that anime do deserve redemption or not, or it deserves some swift judgment, so to speak. So tell me, guys, pardon my young son over here showing off, trying to flex. I don't know why he's flexing back there. So what anime? Oh, ooh, Eric, you know that is a serious topic right there. Space Battleship Yamato, aka Star Blazer. Ooh, I think we do have that on the schedule. We need cunning anime for sure. I'm not gonna lie. Be a talk upon. Hey, North Beer Co. How you going? my co-host. Wonder where I'm hoping to care to hope he's alive. It'll be kind of okay. I can hear me. This I have just seen the notifications on difficulty. Give me a one loud and clear. If not, give me a two. One if you can hear me. Two if you cannot hear me. Let me know. I want to make sure that everything goes smooth on our end. About 6 minutes into the show, and Wally hasn't show up yet. I hope he's fine. I hope everything's well with him. Where's Wally? Yo, that would be a show. I am breaking up? Okay, I see. I see. Let me make sure that's not the case. I need to make sure everything's fine on my end. Yeah, we know. I don't have any application on the back end, do I? No. Okay, Wally said he's coming. That is good news. I'm glad he's safe. While waiting for Wally, before you pop up in the studio, are there any anime you guys are looking forward to watch this spring and during the summer? If there's any anime that got your attention, I know I'm hearing from some other content creator that say Solo Leveling had become the top 10 show of all time. That surpassed One Piece, but I find that strange. It's a fairly new franchise. It's not like the OG franchise, like One Piece, that been here since 1999. No, ladies and gentlemen, imagine an anime franchise that it since 1999 and going strong. Don't blame Wale. It's not his fault. He's in Florida. Just imagine that. One Piece has been in existence since 1999, and we are in the year 2025. So it's safe to say One Piece is about 26 years old, a grown adult, a solid OG anime for real, doing well. Okay, I hear that echo. That means Wally is here.
Hey, sorry I'm late. A lot of stuff going on.
That's all right, Wally. How you?
I'm doing all right, man. How about you, David?
Well, at least you're alive, though. You know what's funny? While I was asking the audience what show or franchise they would like us to dissect next when we had the chance, Eric mentioned Space Battleship Yamato. I was like,
Well, that's already on the list,
that's
Eric. You're just gonna have to wait, sir.
you know, Eric. that have been put on schedule.
Literally, it's been put on
So
schedule.
there's
Just go
other
look at the
anime that I
channel.
like to like. Well, what do you think about we talk about solo leveling when we get the chance? You think that'd be a cool idea? I know I'm hearing it top 10 right now for some other content creator. Check on the top 10 all time shows. It says solo level is number 10. I was like, what?
Well,
Really?
I'll say right now.
So
So this is my point, right? So because I haven't even started my side of the channel yet, but I was definitely looking at ideas like what is the current something simple and easy anime to get into right now that is popular right now, and I'm like, yeah, everywhere I go, it's like Soul Leveling. It's like, okay, well, I guess that's what I'm gonna watch, and then it's like I'm gonna get my overall review.
now, don't get me wrong. I read the manga first. I got into the manga, right? It was cool. When I started watching the anime, I was like, you're missing this. This part scene is missing. This scene is missing. Why they switched up? I'm sorry. It's hard not to criticize the anime manga, even though it's going the same path of the manga, but there there's some re-editing. So I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing. I'm like, well, you might want to do a director uncut version of it later on down the line to match anime. But it's popular, but I see this anime going for like at least 4 or 5 seasons. I am
We'll see.
sadly the fiction on most of these. Ooh, I think Eric is more of an OG more type of fan from the anime. He's not
Yeah,
so
he's the OG. We're more of the push forward and progress.
pretty much. But I don't blame him because let's be for real about this. Some of these OGs anime had to make their name in a proper aspect of things, and that had to go through the test of time. So I mentioned, look at One Piece. One Piece started in 1999 and still going on strong. It haven't even reached its peak yet, but but it's still doing well, which is a big deal, don't you think?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got to put you got to put attention ready. Okay,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
bad.
I had it
This
in
is
there.
my
I had
fault.
it in. I had it
Because
ready to
I
go.
was having during the conversation to think about future anime that we should start talking about later on,
Yeah,
because I know we're gonna be mixing them up.
but also we may have a guest come through if they do choose to be able to have some time.
Oh, that'll be cool. Looking forward to
Yeah.
that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I say there will be an interesting topic. But before I start reading, remember we had a conversation about a particular show called Gunslingers, right? And we found out that the creator of Trigun, Yasuhiro Naitao, helped the franchise Gunslingers by being a writer script for this episode. So imagine this fella gave Gunslingers some life, and the other people dropped. Imagine that part. So let me read. Introduction to franchise. The Trigun franchise, created by Yasuhiro Naitao, is a beloved series known for a unique mix of sci-fi, Western themes, and philosophical storytelling. It was revolved around the enigmatic protagonist, Vash the Stampede, a Pacific gunslinger with a dark past. Here, the complete rundown of everything in the Trigun universe. And here's the funny thing: there are two. animes or the particular franchise. The original Trigun that came out in the 90s, right? Iconic, loved it. They had a movie. There's a new version that I watched a few episodes, and I noticed they're trying to put their own twist to it to make it a little more modern or give it a little more edge. And I can say that the newer versions seem to be very edgy. So I everybody, if you have watched the old version of Trigun and you love the franchise, I say please try to give the new version a chance and let me know what you think after this show. Put your comment and comment with a new Trigon, all right? Can you do that for me? Thank you. Let's go to the next slide because there's something we like to speak about. Okay, World University Anime Club helped me out a lot back in the day. I have no idea where any of these folks are. Oh, that's the thing when you have a good community into the anime, it helps you see things. I've been heavy on anime long before high school, but I never find it that we can sit down and anime. It wasn't easy, trust me. Manga. Trigun came into existence in 1995, all the way to 1997. Originally was serialized in Shonen Captain, that Tokuma Shoten introduced Vash the Stampede, a man with a $60 billion bounty, double dollar, that level of currency unheard of, as he wanted the desert planet called Gunsmoke. Explore Vash's encounter with bounty hunters, mercenaries, law enforcement, and his tracker pass. The manga was discontinued when Shonen Captain C publication. That's the issue I had with that. I spoke to a lot of people in the past about the Trigun manga, right? They told me that if the publisher did not seize, it could be a lot more material to work on. But we haven't yet got the inside scoop on why did they stop the publication, which I don't know. What do you think, Wally? Wally, you there?
Sorry,
You
I
there?
got I was muted. Gosh. But yeah, but what I was gonna say
Oh
was
God,
yeah. What I was gonna say was so yeah, it's one of those questionary points of why the publication like ceased to desist, knowing that other animes, mangas are still going and still finding interest. So what it sounded like to me is neither A, the fan base has lost interest, or that's just all there is to it. And then, as we already know before, right? The same writer that wrote Trigon is the same writer that did the other anime beforehand that we talked about. So it's like, well,
Gungrave.
then yeah, Gungrave. So it's like now you ask yourself, well, wait a minute. Well, why did he left this to be over there and did that project versus staying with this one? So
And that's
there
the
had to
question
be
I've been trying to
something.
have. I'm glad you
Yeah.
said that's the question I've been trying to find out because you and I both know we were going heavy on Gungrave real bad. And we found out this dude came out of his way and helped him put his hand on it. But the icon at Trigon, not only was iconic, it's safe to say there was we believe there was more room to write more material or you could create another series or another season. I feel like there's so much more could have been done about the character, don't you think? That's what I was thinking. mm, Would it be possible if they could give a backstory of his creation, what who created him and how he came about? Why did his twin brother, who's also a humanoid, went astray? Or how you want to say, what's wrong with his programming? Don't you think?
No, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Like, can you just reverse it a little bit because you was going in and out a little bit? So just reinstate that.
Oh, oh, which one? The last one?
Yeah, yeah. Like just
I
towards your
said,
like your last.
what I was saying that I believe if they was able to work on the material, I would wish there would be like a backstory on his creation, how he came about, who was the scientist responsible
Right. Like they do
for
like
creating him,
a
and it,
backdoor overall story, like an origin story, like a
mm,
backdoor overall origin story. Yeah.
yes, you guys forgive me because I might have to put this computer on in case if it's still breaking up because uh, it don't seem fair that we're doing this show and the thing's acting the way it's acting. So I will put this one on the back of me. So hoping that if this continued, I'll just switch on to the main PC and we continue the show from there because I want the topic real bad because it's a very interesting topic. Because like many anime, we have the chance to see the origin story. This one, not so much of the origin being exposed, but it left me without to wonder who is responsible for his twin brother now to go AWOL or be sadistic. Like what influenced his mindset? Because like every anime we have seen that became an icon, we able to know about a backstory to give us more intrigue of the character. It give more extra depth. This one we haven't got that chance, but even though it was a great icon whatsoever. And I can be sure I missed those debates, but people were making assumptions. What if the lady was dealing with somebody that was influencing Niall to be the way he is, so on and so forth? We don't know that. What if it was something that happened before that event happened? Why they not sabotage their ship on purpose? What would we that he did such a thing? There's no answer to that yet. There's a lot of questions being left out there. Am I wrong, Wally?
No, definitely. Yeah, there's definitely some definitely mysteries, questionary factor of past histories. Like for instance, 'cause, like even like the bounty part, like it's major to sit here and say 60 billion double dollar bounty on your head is like you got to do something very like high class for you to be considered doing all this.
You're not lying. I'm thinking the same thing too. But I was like, that bounty a little bit too much, too huge, out of control,
And too steep.
and it cannot be that serious. What did he really do? Even though I saw the news, they're so called why they are blaming him. It's almost like saying he did not create the problem, but he kind of indirectly influenced the problem, so to speak. You know how you would say guilty by
Right.
association?
Pretty much.
That's what they're using. And I find that when I say I find that amusing, I'm like, yo, are you not overreaching for real? See, I might have to log in through here because when y'all people are telling me that I'm going in and out, I'm not too happy. I had to put back on this machine. Somehow I'm able to have it recognize the whole 128 RAM, which is ironic. But still, it just showed there's some part I need to replace. And I'm hoping if I do it from here, it will be. smoother. You can hear me clearly. You can change to the next slide. I
All
will
right.
try to enter through here. So, yes. While we are waiting to get in, give me a second. Said I want to make sure everything working fine. So what I'm going to do right now, I will. Let me see what I can do. Okay. I'll bring them down.
All right. We're gonna get wait for David to come through. But one thing's for sure. About Trigon here. Oh, he's already back. That's great.
Huh? I
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes. Just make sure the feedback of your background just don't come through like.
Yeah, I hope not. So this way it'll look like when I'm on my own PC. You see all that graphic background. So
Yeah.
let's continue.
Yeah, but you better
Um,
off now. Yeah.
the manga Trigun Maximum, 1997 to 2007. I mean, it was another manga, but this was a direct continuation of the original manga, publishing Young King Hours Shonen Gohasha. Now you see, there's a continuation of it. They expand the storyline, introducing new character, and dive deeper into Vash's origin.
huh?
And his
The
twin
TV is
brothers,
not on.
Million Knives, which is strange.
Yes.
And remember, I talked about that, but I don't think they put that in the anime yet. It features more philosophical theme about patriotism, morality, and human survival. It run for 14 volumes compared to Trigon 3. The third Trigon is Trigon Multiple Bullet, the collection of Trigon related one shot by different manga artists featuring side stories set in the same universe. Now, here's something that I've been trying to figure this out. They had another material going from 1997 all the way to 2007, which means you could have multiple seasons of Trigon right along.
Say that one more time, David.
I'm saying, knowing that there's another series of manga from 1997 over to 2007, that's 10 years, right?
Right.
It's not safe to say, based on the number of material they have written over those 10 years, that's more than enough to have multiple seasons of Trigon.
Give or take.
And they say it run for 14 volumes. Now, Wally, on a technical term, when they refer to volume, what does that mean? You can share to the audience.
Say that one more time.
When they refer to volume, they say it run for 14 volumes.
Hmm.
Something good with manga. What do you think that means? That you can share to the audience so they can understand what I'm talking about.
I mean, usually when I hear something runs for 14 volumes, I mean, again, I mean, 14 volumes could be almost literally like more seasons of episodes of things that they could have did if they were to push it. Because certain things, I think there's like a certain point where you just be like, you cut the cord. But I think it all depends on where the manga is and everything else of that nature, and then how do you then would consider what you would advance in the story versus what you stop right there and just let it be the manga.
Bingo. And this is why I'm looking at it like we only have like about what one season from the old version. Then if you want to compare to the new version, then I think they would have like 12 episodes compared to the old one. I might be wrong,
But we didn't have multiple seasons of Trigun, did we? It's been a long while since I watched Trigun, and I watched it so many times. That's the thing. But to be informed that you had this going on all the way to the 2000, 2007. That's about how many years ago?
Mm.
That's about almost 20 years ago. Did that? It's 18 years ago.
Mm.
But I said a lot. And they had another manga series called Trigun Multiple Bullets at 2011.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think? Give me a piece. What do you think about this?
All right, so repeat their last, like repeat your statement or your question.
What I'm referring to is this. Looking at this right now, like reading it together, it let me know that there are more material to have multiple seasons. Right here. That we could have expound more of his character and give more insight depth about it. Huh? And we're wondering why we hasn't gone that far yet. That's the thing I've been trying to figure out. So what do you think?
Yeah. Sometimes you like when you're talking, it's like you're there and then you fall off. So make sure you talk directly in the mic. So
Oh, can you hear me
yeah, I
now?
can hear you perfectly now. Yeah. Just
Okay.
make sure.
What I was saying that based on what we have seen on this right bulletin,
Right.
showing that there's far more material that means you have multiple seasons, like just to see more in depth of the character. What do you think that must have dropped the ball that we did not see that yet?
Well, based upon knowing that there's more material, I would honestly say it's the creativity of converting the manga into a TV series. Then at the same time, it also goes into the idea of funding.
Okay. Is it possible there could be an issue with the conflict of interest with the production studio who have done the original Trigon? Or maybe there's a contract agreement that have not been fulfilled that must have prevented that. You know, it will be possible. These are the questions I know we asked about a lot of these iconic franchise, whereby it feel like it got cut short, or it feel like it left you hanging, and that thing that go into my head like, why here? Why do you stop here? Why you couldn't go further? What prevent you to go even further with the storyline? Why we not seeing more inside scoop or inside story concerning a particular character? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So what is your viewpoint concerning this? 'Cause the way I look at it, I'm guessing there's some hidden politics that we do not know about or is being kept from us. What do you think?
I mean, it's really all very much dependable. I mean, because Trigon was a very more complexual person based upon the anime. So some may have somewhere on the up and up. Some say thumbs down. Everything else in between. I think it's really like it really depends. Like depending on how fans take it, it depends on how you would see it move forward or take a step back. So something like that, right? It's like I mean, personally, last time when you told me that they had a newer version of Trigon, I never even knew that it was even out there. I didn't even know it was concurrent. So the fact that that is even the case is like I'm just taking a wild guess that the popularity of Trigon really just dropped.
You believe so?
That's what I would believe because because maybe depending on like the timing of it all, but it's like even okay, for instance, like Trigon, multiple bullets. Like I never even heard of this one. I
Good
never
point.
heard of this one. Like literally, like, and that's my thing is like I'm like I heard of the Trigun one. I heard the Maximus one, but it's like multiple bullets. Never heard of it. It's just like so. Again, it's like if you're not hearing about it in any way, shape, or form, is it really that popular? Is it really like well known? Is it really the talk of the talk? To most people, no. Because around this time frame, who was the top of the top? It was the Naruto's. Dragon Ball Z was still a topic. Everything One Pieces.
True,
So
true,
this
true,
was
true,
getting
true,
tanked.
true, true.
This was getting tanked.
What? Know what? You have an honest point on that one because this is something I've been trying to think about too as well. Now, besides Trigun, which anime you feel like had the same thing happen to it? That it was doing so great and all of a sudden it just tank out due to the competition. What do you think? What anime you think would have fallen in that same boat besides Trigun?
Let's see, an anime that was on the up and then eventually sort of got tanked. What anime can I think of? I'm not gonna lie to you. This is actually a cult classic of mine a little bit. Inuyasha.
Bingo.
Inuyasha, definitely. By the time they went into the second
I'm
phase of it, the with the kids and all that, it got
bingo.
tanked quick. I did not know they even had the kids. Like, yo, I had to find out through YouTube that they had kids. I'm like, wait, what? Travis Lee?
Now I'm glad you mentioned Inuyasha because Inuyasha during the first season it had a fan base.
Of course, it definitely had
For
that.
some apparent reason, they start to stray away from when going to season two, season three, because it seemed to me whatever was aired at that time must be whooping in the actual ass when it comes to the ratings and the airtime and the view time they would have. Because let's be real, the 90 to 2000 were battleground for a lot of up and coming anime that was coming out. Either hit or miss. And the fact that Trigon could have been an issue for Trigon, that is something to even discuss deeper whenever we get a chance or to revisit the topic. Maybe we may have somebody who may give us a scoop, let us know why Trigon tanked out. What caused it to like bail out or something, or was it a production issue? Was it something had to do with the voice over actors? Because we hear about these things
Right.
before, whereby there's a breach of contract, there's a certain type of agreement being made, and because of that, it stalled the production. It's not so.
Yeah, yeah. And and that's why just the small few of episodes that I've seen of the newer version of Inuyasha, and I think to myself like, why did they went this route? Like, I get it, the whole 9 yards and everything, all that whoopie whoop, but it's like, why even bother? Like, and then it's like you're bringing old past characters that were from the past into the present. It's like, where have these people been? Like, come on, like y'all doing too much here.
Now, Wally, when we saw Inuyasha, do we have access to the manga during that time with airing? I'll tell you, I didn't have access to the
Yeah,
manga,
I didn't have
so
access to
I
it
wouldn't
either.
even know. That's something big from the first episode we said. A lot of these anime that we watch and we enjoy mostly came from a manga source. Very a few cases that it is a reversal. The anime came first, then the manga came second. It's not correct.
Yeah, because
And some of those cases either because the anime was based on a video game or based on some kind of I don't know.
yeah, it had to be
It
based
would
on some
have ideal.
outside source. But yeah, but usually anytime you make something, it definitely gonna have to have a manga beforehand, or if like it needs to be a game. So it's
Bingo.
like, yeah,
Let's see.
interesting to know, Eric. Interesting to know. I mean, yeah, they are. I mean, yeah, that is very much true. Yeah, if you're in the clubs and all that, they are a little bit more informed. But that's my thing. Is like, I don't know. It's just like even when it comes to television, then it's like okay, then it all depends on where was that show networked on, which also makes it even worse if you wasn't on the
Mm.
shows that was in.
I,
Because think
I
about it, in the time and the era that Trigon was still present, Tanami was still a thing, like enough for you to sell this. Like, let's be honest, 2011,
Facts.
the late night era of Toonami was trash. Like, you could have easily walked in and just did something in there. Like, come on now.
You know what? You're right. I witnessed that part too because let's be honest. When they created Toonami for Cartoon Network, it was trying to cater to the anime fan who were watching some anime whereby it's not meant for kids at a point. And since it was late at night, it fit the theme of it, especially on the weekend, Saturday. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we do know Cartoon Network is known to drop the ball a bit too many times. So
Pretty
we
much.
can say that that is also the case.
Yeah, sadly. Uh, but see, that's why I said it's just tough. Cause I know even there was another network. I forgot what the network's called, but I know that was the network that was pushing the anime shows. And if you
In the
weren't in
US.
the know, you pretty much missed it. Yes.
In
But
the
I
US,
forgot what.
it's Toonami.
Well, no, there was another one, but I forgot what network it is. But it's only on cable though. It's on cable.
Cable beside Cartoon Network.
Yes, besides Cartoon Network, there was another one, but I just don't know the name of the network. But it had the anime stuff there. It's just
Would I
like
be?
you had to be in the know to know about it.
I don't think it will be G4 TV because I know on the cable network it's mostly under Cartoon Network. It's on anime.
I know
Nickelodeon.
there's another
I don't.
network, but
I don't think it'll be under Nick.
no, hell no, no,
No, it will not be under Nick.
no,
Um, I'm trying to think of what on the. Would it USA Network?
no. It was way
No,
like trust me, I would remember those. It's a different network. I just don't remember what it was, but I know it was on cable.
it was on cable, but wasn't on local TV. I get it. I understand.
Yeah. Which is another reason why I said that maybe even if it was on that type of network channel, then it's like okay, well you wasn't even well known to it because you wouldn't see it on TV anyways if you didn't
That
have
makes
cable.
sense. That makes sense.
So there's a lot of
Let's go to the
things
next
that
slide
just
while we're talking.
yeah.
Let's go to the next slide while you talk because I'm glad you mentioned that, Tim. 'Cause I'm trying to think right now. What other cable network that we know about that was airing anime besides Cartoon Network? And I'm trying to think real hard.
I'm about to check out myself.
I know it's not gonna be TBS. It's not gonna be TNT. There's a slight chance it might be USA Network, but it might be on the weekend too. I'm not too sure. Um, there was a network that wasn't so long, G4 TV, at a one time before it became to they changed the name from G4 TV to some kind of manly network. It didn't do too well after that. After a while, I forgot about that network. Maybe that was the kid. I'm not too sure. So anime adaptation. Trigun came in 1998. It had a 26 episode adaptation. I would remember that. 26 episode, one season. That's just it. By Madhouse. Followed the same basic plot as the manga, but diverged heavily. Now, now they're the problem. You see that part right here?
Mm-hmm.
It followed the same basic plot as the manga, but diverged heavily in the second half. Less dark, philosophical than Trigon Maximum, which is interesting, with more episodic, light-hearted tone early on. Iconic for introducing many Western audience to Trigon during the 2000 anime boom. Featured the famous English dub with Johnny Young Bosch voiced Vash. You know who Johnny Young Bosch is, right?
I'm not too familiar. Probably don't remember. I probably do, but I wouldn't remember.
Wally?
Who is he?
I'll give you a hint. He was the how do they call it that? He was the Black Power Ranger for wasn't that Ninja something?
Oh,
And
that
he's almost like a
that
frog.
dude. Okay. He's a legend. He is a legend. He plays a lot of characters. Lord have mercy. Okay,
Yeah.
damn.
Me, I saw the name. I recognized him. I was like, oh, that's him. I'm like, wow. because for him to do the English dub, I heard they got paid well. You can't tell me that that's not the case. Because if you think I'm wrong, here the iconic one that I can tell you. When we used to play the game, God of War, the first God of War, the first three, the guy who did the voiceover was actually the male actor from Living Single who got fired from the show. You know who I'm referring to? The man who played Carlton on Living Single.
I think I know you're talking about. Yeah, yeah.
If you watch the TV show Living Single, I'm not gonna sing the theme song because that gonna put me on suspect. I'm not doing that here. you're not gonna put
Oh, okay. I know exactly who you're talking about. No, yeah.
you're not
That is
gonna put
my
me in
guy. That is my guy.
you're not gonna put me in an awkward situation here because I don't trust Peter.
That is my guy. Oh my god. Hey, he is my champion, bro.
He was he was the voice actor for Kratos for the first three God of War.
Oh, okay,
And and the thing about it, what he did on that part was so iconic. The new God of War, he said he could not lace that man boot because he said what he did for that franchise was truly iconic. So when they have him do the new God of War, Saint teetering, you know where, he no longer in Greece, he moved to the new region, which is in the north. So they felt like they had to change his voice and have the guy do it. And the guy was saying like that was like a heavy shoe to fill because how you gonna fill that shoe when the guy did an excellent job in the first three God of War games? You get what I'm saying? And I bet you when they let him go from Living Single and God of War was a smash hit and major blockbuster video game, the amount of bread that he made from that project, it made it feel like screw you for trying to screw me over. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So imagine that. Doing votes over for anime is a very, very big deal. It's a much bigger deal when you do it for a huge franchise.
Right. So real quick though, I do have the other networks that they mentioned here. So we already know this one. Kids WB when it's on Saturdays.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So this one, but this was primarily for the Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Digimon animes. But that's pretty much it for the younger kids. Nothing else. The Fox Kids has some of it, which was the other
Oh, okay.
Digimon
Yeah,
and
that's on weekend. That's
Medabots.
local, right?
Yeah, yeah, those are the kids stuff. But they also said Sci-Fi
Fox
has
Kids
some.
is weekend network, was it?
Yeah. Those are local networks, but those are more of the kiddie shows and all that. So it's like that didn't really change nothing. I mean, that's not really nothing we're talking about as far as the grimier ones. But they said that Sci-Fi had some anime. It had an anime moment block for the mature section of anime content. Like for example, they had Vampire
Mm-hmm.
Hunter D Bloodlust. So they had that side of it,
Oh, that
and
was
then there
not a
was
regular. That was not a regular anime.
yeah, a lot of them ain't. A lot of them ain't. And then Tech TV, they also had an anime block called Anime Unleashed, but that was shortly lived. But those were pretty much the main ones outside of the, like I said, the Kids W amongst CW, and then the Fox Kids on the weekends in the early morning section. But yeah, those were the few ones that had that stuff out there. Other than that, then it's pretty much the saving grace of anime is streaming because now you can actually find it way more than ever.
Bingo. Let's go to the next slide because we got a lot to talk on this thing. And I'm glad I see what was going on. Cause I was thinking about it, like I knew it wasn't a lot of episodes. When I found out you were 26, yeah, it was one season. And the movie, Trigun, Battle and Rumbling, I watched the movie like at least maybe 7 times. It was really good. Anime film sets sometime during the Trigun anime timeline. I hate when they do that. Sometime doing. So it's like almost like this movie put to fill up the hole.
Right.
The
Basically, it's supposed to
original
be a set
anime,
in there.
yeah.
So it's like if you were to make the timeline, This was actually somewhere like you would put this on the underloop because it's playing
Mm-hmm.
somewhere in the midst that you didn't see in the actual TV series, but it somewhere fits somewhere in the archives, pretty much. Which I hate they do this all the time because all that really just say is it's partly inconsistent.
And look what it said. To go further, it featured an original story when Vash encountered the legendary thief Gasback, maintain the human interaction of the anime while incorporating Trigun Maxima style animation. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, Eric, it did.
So this falling wallet case file, when somebody diverted from the original pathway they're supposed to be back, this will give Wally more ammo to say that this is where they effed up. Am I wrong?
This is what I'm saying. Like, in fairness, it's like I love anime, but damn it, to be fair, we got our screw ups too.
You know, I don't want to shit on this franchise the way we shit on Gungrave, but seeing and reading and hearing as we communicate together as we speaking on this topic, it let us know somebody was dropping the ball and was trying to cover up. Don't you think?
Yeah, because it's like if you remember the other slide that we read, right? It's like the moment it started to dwindle in a different location of, in a sense of an
It
emotional
diverged
fuel
from the original
of
path.
everything else. It pretty much like
Mm-hmm.
people just got shut off by it. It's like, wait, how did this make sense? Like, how do we went from here to here?
Bingo.
Like, no.
Bingo.
And
That's
people didn't
because the
like it. So
people
it wasn't
who
a smooth transition of a storyline. It wasn't written right.
bingo. They diverged from the original manga, and when people who read the manga saw that, they was like, nah, we're not following this. It don't make no sense to us. And remember, I always said, whenever any anime decide to diverge from the original manga plot, some put its own thing, aka Disney, and you wonder why it loses its fan base out of nowhere, which
Yeah.
sucks. It really sucks. I still don't understand. This is a past mistake that many animators in the anime industry take note until we cannot do this. If you're gonna make an anime adaptation of a Hugh blockbuster manga, we had to be true to the origin and not divert to the left, not divert to the right. We gotta stick in the middle. Am I not correct?
Yeah.
I think that is the ongoing argument when I talk about why we're doing this show, Anime Unlocked, whereby we will criticize any anime if they do well on the right end or you do wrong on the left end. And this right here is like a potato salad screw up. And I don't like potato salad
Neither
much.
do I.
That's not cool.
Yeah. It's
So why
not.
would they do that then? Why you make a movie did in the original anime? You're hoping, let me just put a band-aid. Band-aid should fix it, hopefully.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not mad if they do a movie. It is like, okay, it's somewhere in the timeline of the original anime, right? Because it's
Mm-hmm.
like there's certain parts in things, like there's certain parts in things, right, where you don't need to quote unquote see it. So, for instance, perfect example, Dragon Ball Z. When they did the movie, right,
Oh boy.
you would say, well, this
Mm-hmm.
fit in a particular timeline. But wait a minute, how does this work? Because it don't add up.
There you go.
Like the way
There you
y'all
go.
wrote that, it was
There you
so
go.
off. Like what?
There
Like
you
okay,
go.
because technically Kohler was supposed to come after Frieza's dead, but wait a minute, after Frieza's dead, that's pretty much the Cell Saga. So you telling me you came after the Cell Saga? Huh? That made no sense. How did Goku came back that fast?
Now,
If he's
see,
supposed to be
you
out of
see,
space.
you
You know,
call
you're
it out for
jumbling a
what
whole
it is.
bunch of bullshit.
Now, imagine if we were to visit the Dragon Ball franchise again and we go in more in depth concerning this type of screw up. We thought, okay, let's somebody do the presentation of the whole entire Dragon Ball Z timeline, where the anime fall into place and where the movie fall into place. On one side of the road, while he put the anime on the other side of the road, and let's make it make sense. This movie came in. Where in the town does this movie fit in? And where and where? And why we don't see no episode like they did in the Super? Remember, they did 2 Dragon Ball Z Super movies, right? And later on, we
Yes.
saw the episode of it later on. Did we not?
Yes, and at least through that was the more polished cleanup that they ever did.
Bingo.
Now the only problem is,
but they
the
didn't do that.
cliffhanger is
Go ahead.
now they welcome in the whole super heroes part, right? Now they didn't. Now that's the problem. They didn't welcome that part, but they let us know if this is a movie that's supposed to be legit, then where's the TV series?
Bingo. Now you see where I'm getting at right now. This is why I'm saying the anime industry doesn't understand something. You put them on a high pedestal because they're whooping cartoon behind. Night and day, day and night. No Vaseline.
Oh, man said no Vaseline. Oh,
let's be honest though. When you go to Comic-Con, do we look to see cartoon characters in a Comic-Con, or we look to see some comic book characters, but more so on the anime side of things?
mostly anime.
Let's be real.
You'd be lucky enough to get a Bugs
Only
Bunny.
very few I know only a few lame were trying to put forward for the lame cartoon character to compare to the anime cosplay.
Good luck.
Let's be real. That's the honest truth about it. So let's go to the next slide. I'm glad this is being brought up because it allowed me to say, you know what? Somebody fucked up. Somebody dropped the ball. Somebody refused to. This is what I was talking about when I watched this weekend.
Yeah.
Anime adaptation, Trigun Stampede. This is a CGI anime reboot by Studio Orange. No disrespect. Who named a Studio Orange? I'm not trying to show shade.
Hey, you never know, because orange is a color, so maybe it's like, okay, the aura of orange, mellow, laid back stuff. You don't know.
Hey, okay, Studio Orange. Orange Gatorade. I'm just saying, it is orange. The background screen here is orange. Hey, not me. You take a complete different approach with a new design. See, keyword, new design, restructure storytelling. And I saw that in the first couple of episodes. It was completely different from the original production. And with an alternate interpretation of Vash origins. See that part right there? And alternate interpretations. Focus more on Vash's path and his relationship with Million Knives. The first season is 12 episodes with a continuation plan. 12 episodes. Now, if that's the case, should not give it just 2 seasons. Should give it way more than 2 seasons, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, if there's a continuation plan, so far it's 2 years in, so we'll figure out how long this takes to be produced. But yeah.
How many more slides do you have left with this one?
We got 3 more. But one thing I will say though is just the look of this. I will say, look, I do like the new little design. It sort of like gives a more, I would say, a more upper modern, time frame with a nice, more cleaner, sleeker look. These time frames.
And I'm telling you this right now, Wally. You need to watch the new one. The first 4 or 5 episodes, it got me. It got me like, I say, hold on, because I watched the original Trigun, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard not to think that way, but when you watch the original production, you want to see if they will stay true to the same storyline or they will divert to the left and divert to the right, or will put a little twist. They put a couple of twists to it, and I was kind of like taken aback. I was trying to think, they put it supposed to be like serious.
I mean, what else
Now,
happened?
like, who did it? I'm like, why they choose this angle? What was the nature of it? Like I said, when anyone who have watched the manga and watched the old anime and looking at the reproduction of it, start the question: you think they would fit better for modern time? Okay, but what angle you trying to achieve? Don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, this is why I say like anime as far as the TV glance, it's like an equivalence of a movie, but just in smaller, just in bits and pieces of 30 minutes or so, because just like any old book, manga, however you want to look at it, there's always going to be something in the TV/movie adaptation that's going to be different. It really doesn't matter. It's just like, you just better hope that what you get in TV is just good and it makes sense.
Bingo. I'm glad you point that out. Let's go to the next slide because this is something I hope we will do it more issue of certain anime that has similar issue with Trigun, and it was trying to get a step back. Key character, Vash the Stampede. Main protagonist, a legendary gunman with a pacifist philosophy, but an incredible deadly skill shot. No skill set, sorry. This, it's not that he's a pacifist. Is it safe to say that Vash the Stampede was a walking contradiction? Hey, I told you,
Oh,
this is anime unlock. This is anime unlock. We
oh,
will call it as we see it.
oh, it's a walking contradiction. Better believe it.
If I'm correct, then this the real. I hate to say this. If I'm 1,000% correct about Vash Stampede, they could have used him for the Starbucks commercial instead of all the other characters they had there.
Yeah.
Since he was the king of being a walking contradiction. You might want to have him do the Starbucks commercial instead of all the other characters because he is a walking contradiction.
But I find it funny for someone to be a pacifist and you got that much of a bounty on your head. It's like, which one are we dealing with here? Or do you have a clone out there that we don't know
I,
about?
see, ladies and gentlemen, Wally has returned. Now you see why I like this show and like our dynamic because when we look at certain characters and see how they're being displayed, you start to ask that question like, "You for real? You really for real, right?" And the thing, no offense, ladies and gentlemen, if you have watched Trigun and you know the character of Van Stampede, let's paint him in a picture in modern time and tell me he will do the same thing. Let's say Vash was married, got kids. He walk in and see his old lady getting busy with somebody else. What do you see Vash the Stampede going to be doing in that scene? Please tell me.
Mm.
Come on. I know I paint an ugly, grimy, dirty picture, but based on his philosophy and put him in modern time,
Wait, who's philosophy?
what do you think what do you think Van Stampede going to do?
Oh, in today's time with his philosophy?
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real here. I mean, would he even be alive at this point?
You want me to say it? Because you think I'm dirty for this.
Go ahead.
Based on his nature, what we have seen clear, I could see him doing this. While she added, he would walk to the side. Honey, do you need water?
Wait a minute, you just lost me. Wait, what just happened?
See, I caught you off guard. I know now I'm gonna caught you off guard. Remember the picture I paint? Put Van to Stampede in present time. He
Uh
coming
huh.
home.
Uh huh.
He walk into his crib and find his old lady getting smashed by another dude. And he based on his pacifist philosophy.
Oh shit! All right. Oh, okay, okay. I hear you say that. Oh, yeah. I don't know what he would do at that point because, yeah.
But what I just mentioned, would it not be one of the things he might would do in that situation?
Yep, yep.
Based on
The fat cat
based
would
on
be
his
behind. That's how I would think about it.
based on his character construction, this man is the embodiment of a walking contradiction. I can see this character walking, finding his old lady cheating on him in the worst way possible. Don't even get worked up, but will do the most dumbest thing, will throw the whole entire audience. He'll walk her to the side, knowing that she doing him dirty, and say, I know you feel kind of sweaty out of gas, but do you need some water to drink? That right there will be able to throw a shoe at the TV, like, nigga, can't be doing this right now. Because think about it. In the new version, spoiler alert, he saved the town trying to do him dirty, and trying to change him for a bounty. Everyone shooting at him, but he still go back and save their ass. Okay then. Now I want anyone to tell me if I'm wrong with that assessment. If you put Vance Stampede in modern time, please go ahead. Tell me if I'm wrong.
I ain't gonna
I'm
lie. To
waiting.
be honest,
I'm waiting.
now you know what's so crazy is now
What?
that you made me think about it. That's you know what he really is as a person. Forget being a
What?
pacifist. He's pretty much a hippie that ain't gonna do nothing.
No. It's worse than that.
May as well be.
He the emperor simp, and you cannot argue that. You cannot argue that.
I'm gonna waste my time too.
He is the emperor simp. Y'all may think I'm crazy. No, Eric, don't be unfamiliar. We're talking about the character creation right here. Because the way they curated Vance the Stampede in Trigun, his character have an extreme level of flaw that is confusing. Yes, he's a pacifist. He had a pacifist philosophy, but his philosophy go to the level of like, you cannot be real, can you? Don't tell me this what you are. Like, you watch the old version, watch the new version. You see Vash the Stampede character, and you start to ask yourself, would this person exist in our time?
Yeah, because and that's the
Like,
thing, right? Because when you think about pacifists and you hear it like a couple of times through other means, you mostly hear people that don't fight. And it's like, well, wait a minute. But you're the pacifist that's saying, well, here's my level of pacifist. My level of pacifist is I just want peace. But it's like, hey, if I can't get it, well, hey, look, we're just gonna throw the juggler, let's
but
throw
here's
a
the
shot.
thing: his level of being a pacifist is unheard of. That's why I throw that situation, that extreme monkey wrench. It fits his criteria. And his
Yeah.
brother knives, dude. On the new versions, there's no level of restraint. There's no holding back or being sadistic. This guy was just straight, ugh, raw, uncut, no Vaseline. He was having fun dicing people. He was worse than Donald Trump ego. That's how they portrayed Million Knives. And you have Nicholas D. Wolfwood, a wandering priest with a massive claw-shaped weapon, Punisher, caught between morality and You know what Nicholas D. Wolfwood remind me of? The corrupt preacher of L.A.
Caught between morality and violence. I mean, it's the typical. It's the typical crutch, right? It's like don't take life. Let God handle it. But then it's like, well, if I don't do nothing now, someone else is gonna lose their life. It's like, well, pick a side. Pick a side.
And you had Marilyn Streff and Millie Thompson in the Trigun, but they kept Meryl and got rid of Millie and gave Robert De Niro. Like, seriously? It'd be two girls. One was the short and smart one, and the tall one was more fan blonde bimbo.
Oh, we got Mandrell, and Mandrell saying Trigun was a goated show. It was one of the all-time favorites.
It was one of the all-time favorites, with also one-time contradiction.
Mandrell, welcome to the chat, my good man.
If you want to come out, let us know. We give you the link to come up here and speak your people. Because, like I said, this franchise, this character creation of Vash the Stampede has too much question mark. This is what I say. If you were to take his character and bring it to present time and put it in present society, and you throw him in the dating pool, what is the chance is he will be a cuckold? No, am I wrong, Wally?
Oh, you know what? I'm not touching this. See, I'm not touching this. I ain't gonna say
no,
that.
Wally. This is a cool anime, but his character beg you to question.
I'm not disagreeing because this is where it all falls into place. This is all where it falls into place.
His character scared the hell out of me. Like, if you can save a town who you are so close, you know everyone, the kids, the baby, you know when they were born, and they're the same town that willing to stick a couple of bullets in you. Whole town was willing to stick you for money. You can't tell me he's not gonna be no different from a simp walking in and find his old lady getting her plumbing done properly, and he gonna sit right there and ask her, "Honey, do you need water?"
This is horrible. This is horrible.
No, please, audience, tell me if I'm wrong.
Oh man!
But here's the
this
thing.
is what you call a very, very laid down.
Manager is threatening me right now. There will be no
backslash at any time ever.
Manager, you can't.
Manager, welcome to the show, my good man. Because there's a lot of slander that will be done here.
Manager, you cannot defend Vash the Stampede on this show because I will put you on the spot and you will not even win this one.
I'm not even trying to vote. I'm not even trying to get involved.
No, because I studied the guy's character through and through, and I found a question. The only time you press the button if you're taking a life. That's the only time you trigger him. But if you're not taking a life, anything goes.
As they would say, let God let live.
Mandro, if you want to smoke.
Mandrell, look, I would love to, but you know what? I think you need to do it better than me because personally, I'm sorry.
If you want
I have no ends here. And look, personally, as long as you talk about Vegeta, go right ahead.
If you want to smoke, you know what, Mandrell?
Drop the link. Oh man. Oh man. Because personally, I ain't gonna lie, man, Dre. Look, I try to sort of like pivot a little bit in the middle and call him a hippie, but
Hippie.
look, Canadian board over here, he was like, we ain't gonna let him slide that far. We ain't gonna let him slide that. Nope, we ain't gonna give him that. What it is, peace, brother, and all that, and yin yang. We ain't gonna give him that.
No. There's no hippiness going on here.
Oh man, this is gonna get
past
tough.
hippies. What he's doing is scaring the hell out of me. I'm telling you that right now.
Oh man.
If you want to smoke, you can come.
Hold on, let me see if I can get the link. I'll probably drop it in the chat. I can do it.
Let me drop the link.
Can I do it? Oh yeah, I don't have the link. I can't do it. Sucks.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I painted this guy's character and I was questioning like, this guy cannot survive today's world.
Oh look, actually, can I just send this? Hold on, let me see if I can send this. Let me see. Can I send this? Let me see. Okay, you already put it up. Okay, I about to say, I'll be right the link.
I'll be honest.
All right, ladies and gents, the link is in the chat. You want
this is for Manjo to come up because he think I'm playing around. No, Eric, I'm talking about.
We should do a show
character.
on fighting anime.
Oh, you should do a show? Okay, no problem. But here's the thing.
Look, imagine if you don't know, this is the anime show. Every Wednesday, baby. Every Wednesday.
This anime unlock. No anime is safe. Either you do great or you do bad, and we criticize it.
And everything else in between.
We'll talk. Well, you want the
enough shenanigans.
If you want the Dragon Ball show that we did.
Lord, here goes again with this one. Oh my god.
Wale was coming at me hard.
I was gonna beat the bricks off of you for them.
And the thing is, he could not say that's not true, even when Peter came on there.
It was not true. What you talking about? But it ain't no damn Pookie. What's wrong with you? You will learn.
But I know you been saying Vegeta was no more Pookie, but Goku was a simp.
Of course he was. We all know this. I didn't deny that. The heck? I didn't deny those claims.
But what's funny about it, later on in the Dragon Ball Z franchise, Vegeta said, "We saying love spicy woman." I was like, "Oh no, that don't sound right."
It does sound right.
It don't sound right when you say it that way. The woman had to be spicy. I was like, in real time, that is a thin line between spicy and 3 or 4. So
one night. There's been a couple of nights we've been left alone.
Peter, don't start. Like I was trying to say before I got interrupted with Ghost of Sparta, when Vegeta said, "We Saiyan men love spicy women," that statement did not do too well.
See, even Mandrill agrees.
Even Mandrill.
We all know this. We all know this. Like,
so,
what are we talking about here? We all knew this.
And I'm glad he noticed. Because if Goku was the simp, Vegeta was the Pookie.
No! Hell no! Again, no! You a statement. No!
They were mirror to one another, personality-wise.
Man, we ain't trying to argue that. I ain't trying to hear this shit. You ain't not going to diminish Vegeta and his royalty to a Pookie. No. Freak out of here, all right? No. I ain't trying to hear this shit. There's a reason he's the prince of all saints. Technically the kings of all saints, but the prince of all saints.
Peter, don't start right now. Don't start right now, Peter. I'm in my zone right now. This is anime conversation right here. Do not start right now. I'm only dissecting Vash the Stampede with his passive philosophy, which is scaring the hell out of me. You can save a whole town. You can save the baby and then some. That same family, that same people will come at you with bullets blazing, trying to take you out. So I hate to do this, but we need the money.
Look. When you really think about it, right? Let's just call it, even without reading the last two slides real quick, right? Let's just call it for what it is. Trigun is literally a walking TV show full of contradictions of neither A, using the two of the brothers, right? Because think about it, the brothers are technically contradictions of themselves, even though one's standing on business and the other one's like, damn if I do, damn if I don't. And then you got the priest like, well, damn if I do, damn if I don't. And then you got the female like, okay, well, she just in the mix.
The priest is even worse. The priest that priest right now, if you would have put him in present time, he would have run multiple mega churches, stacking up money. And you wonder how he pulled it off. No, tell me if I'm wrong. Nicola D. Woodworth.
Well, he's a wandering priest,
Wolfwood.
so technically he wouldn't have a church to even go to. I just find it funny how he calls his weapon Punisher, and then he talks about being caught between morality and violence.
Now that you dissecting the character, let me ask you a question. Those young generation that watch this anime, is there a chance they display the personality trait already in present time already without even realizing it?
Oh man. It's
the same way we describe the Dragon Ball D influence. What about the Trigun influence?
Look here, we're gonna do this influence partials. Again, she did not know.
Wally, my co-host, you know me by now. What did I tell you?
So fine. With this said, okay, look, if we're gonna be comparing these two shows real quick, just for the shits and giggles, right? Yes, Trigun is pretty much like Goku, right? He's willing to fight for what's right, but even though he won't kill because he always wants a good fight coming back again, when in reality he should have killed the fucking opponents a long time ago because they were just gonna do too far.
Yeah, but he worked in Goku. That is far worse than Goku. Goku would fight.
Of course he'll fight.
This one wouldn't.
Yes. That's it.
You let you slap him, beat him, kick him in the nut. He goes smile back there. Hey. I'm like, you scared the hell out of me.
But the moment you anticipate death, then it's like, well, you're pretty much screwed.
And man, you gotta tell me no Vash slander. Vash slander his goddamn self.
But that's the thing though. But that's the thing though, right? It's like he has to wait until you actually push death on the table for him to actually be like, all right, slow it down, partner, put it down and walk away.
And that's the only time he changed his point when there's somebody's life is on the line.
Think about it. Even with Goku, though, it's sort of the same way because he also had to do the same thing. It's like until you approach death is when he starts to get into it. That's a lie. No one is worse than Now I'm trying to tell you, like literally, it's the truth though. That is so true. Like,
you know what, Mandro? We need to have you on a show. And we're gonna have a show, an episode. We'll debate which are the worst male characters in anime. We'll put Goku in the list. You'll put Vash the Stampede in the list. Sorry, Vegeta had to make a list too.
Well, Vegeta ain't gonna be the worst. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, and there's a few other because.
Hey, look here. At the end of the damn day, Vegeta is still the most poetic soldier ever in anime. Remember that.
Okay, and Mandro, you got to be on the show. You bring your bad list of character that you know in the anime that you know you have to like. I'm sorry, but you got to take the heat because Vash. As a kid, or when I was younger, I was kind of cool with the character. When I got older, I started to question it. I'm like, this character is not normal. This is a severe character flaw. if you ask me.
No, you want to know what a true character flaw is?
Which character?
Um, uh, I'll say this right, and sadly he is one of my favorite anime characters, but Inuyasha, his character flaw. Think about it. Every single time you gotta just say the magic word sit. You get put down in your place. Like that's pathetic. As a
Oh,
man, you get sit down on your place.
Inuyasha represent the man that came out of prison that married such woman but got no jurisdiction at all. But he all he could do is bark until the woman say sit.
Did he?
Yeah, I did it.
No, I ain't saying nothing.
I did it.
I try to be
Don't
very
worry.
nice about this. You just had to
Don't
go
worry.
there. You just had to go there. You just had to go
When
there.
we had that time to talk about Inuyasha anime, we gonna go in. Insert that right here. My brain is fried from this whole hysteria. I just can't get. No, Eric. This not whole hysteria. You know, you know. I'm calling out for because the thing is, when you look at Vash the Stampede, his brother is the mirror opposite, and his brother is on the extreme. And am I lying? Yes or no? Million Knives. If you see the new adaptation, this guy don't have no restraint. Oh yeah, you'll be a special guest on that night for sure, Peter. We had that talk about the worst characters in anime. And this one, Trigun, if you see the new Trigun, they made Million Knives look at this guy get off just mutilating people. Literally. And I'm looking at them like, this don't make no goddamn sense. You got one who is an extreme pacifist on one end. And you got the other one. It don't take much for him just want to put you through a blender.
Mandra, I'll be in touch with you as far as trying to set up a date.
Oh, believe me.
Yeah, because it'll be morely like towards after April because we still gotta run down the rest of these shows pilots.
Oh, we do that. We'll do that. But I'm telling you, you're not gonna win a debate with me dealing with because Vash the Stampede. When you look at Vash, look at his brother Million Knife. I watched a few episodes of new production, and I'm like, dude.
There is no payback coming. You act like I won't talk about my own shows that I actually love. Like, what are you talking about here, sir? You have nothing to say that will make me look sideways about anything you say. Literally. Like, you're still on this.
Peter,
It's
Peter,
not my fault that you
Peter,
said what you said.
Peter, I will tell you to walk away from this because you're going to get Wally worked up.
There will be no... Look, he's still talking, and I haven't even seen Gungrave enough to... Or, wait, not Gungrave, but the other show. I haven't even seen it yet to even give it a respectable...
Takaban, yeah.
So it's like, give me time here.
And he did say if he do watch it and it's worth than what they think, he will go even further. So this, if I was you, Peter, don't wake up.
That was Gungrave. I said that. I just said that about the other one. I said I had to give it a look because that's from the outside in. I didn't know nothing about that one.
So that's what I'm being honest because Trigun was epic because its character creation was very unique, but it was very questionable. It threw you off. Even the other character that Wally was mentioned by in this franchise, it got you thinking like, dude, what were you thinking when you created this character? It's comical. Oh, we'll pop away the paper gun. Let's not talk about that right now. I'm just saying, Trigun has some of the most unique characters that you never see in any anime. It's unique within itself, but it's very comical when they put them all together. It's just that certain character like Vash the Stampede and Mia Knife, it starts to make you question, like, God forbid you have people like that in today's world. How will you deal with that type of situation?
That's why it's called the yin and yang, David. That's why it's called the yin and yang.
Yeah, yin yang to the extreme.
Hey, one goes far left, the other one goes far right.
Sound
I'll
like
meet you on the other side.
sound like the Republican and the Democratic Party right now. I think that's what we're seeing right now. Vash the Stampede is the Democrat. They united the Republicans, aka manga. I'm just calling it after I see it. Let's go to the next slide because whew, when you talk about characters, you cannot see the most uniquely type of character in Trigun. Legato Blue Summer, a sadistic summer of knife with psychic ability. See that title? Sadistic. You think I got a problem? Okay. Realms Savaram, a woman from vast past who instilled his belief in not. Okay.
Okay, so it's a woman that gave them the belief of this non-violent
What,
perspective.
I wonder which level did she install in him because whatever level that was, he multiplied by 20.
Don't you mean by 100?
Maybe so. Livio the Double Fang, a powerful assassin introduced to Trigun Maximum. This is what I'm trying to say. You have this type of character. It will got to start to look at things different and question like, what the hell is going on here? Like seriously. And why? You can't get mad with me when I start calling our character to let apply the character in present time. Because if you want to apply the character in present time, you can't tell me I'm wrong with my assessments. You just can't. And Mandra, you're not going to win that one. He's not going to.
He's gonna be like, he's gonna jot notes. He's gonna be ready. He's gonna be having notes. He's gonna be taking notes.
I will pick Mandra in a situation doing that type of character and see how you would deal with it. And I can see Mandra would start sweating. You're like, oh shit. You would try to think this out of like, oh, okay, how I'm like, yeah, you want to do it this one. Okay. You play it.
Oh Lord, this is
Mandra, in Anime Unlock, when we dealing with anime, we had to speak the truth on this. No, oh come on, no, you have to speak the truth.
Oh,
we went in on Gungrave. Gungrave is a byproduct of this franchise because the original creator of this franchise helped out Gungrave and gave it life, and they dropped the ball in the worst way possible.
Only to feed a video game, a flabby this CD that pretty much doesn't use it.
Don't get me started right now. Don't get me started with that one again. Don't refresh my memory with that one right now.
Oh man, that's still trolling to me to this day. It's still trolling. It's like out of any commodity you chose to invest in, you chose to invest in a video game. Like what?
And not only you dropped the ball, you tanked it
and cemented into an early grave with cement as the dirt. Because that is locked away for a generation.
And after a decade later, you still try to bring that sorry ass game, thinking that it will happen the third.
Hey, just like Gungrave, it comes back from the grave. But don't worry, we got a gun right here. We're gonna shoot it down.
You want to get mad with me when I do my correct assessment about the character? Now, how are we going to do it for every anime? We'll take certain characters and apply them in real time and see how would they fit in today's society.
Oh, you know what would have been funny? You know what would have been so funny? Hey, just like, this would be funny, right? We clip each other just talking about this, like this quick moment of Gungrave, right? And then in the blink moment, it's gonna slide into Family Guy with Stewie blasting the CD of a song. I forgot what the bird is the word. That would be the most biggest
I'll rest my case. I rest my case.
Oh, that would be insane. I would be laughing for days. I'll be laughing for days. Oh my god. Oh,
This is why I like the format of this show, because we are being brutally honest with
man.
our franchise. Some franchise you have some good things to say. Some franchise you be like questionable, and we are the one that just really no mercy, no Vaseline, no lubrication. You will feel the pain. You will feel the hurt.
Oh my god, that shit would be so funny.
Then you have some unexpectedly why would they go this murky. So Mandrell, there will be some vast slander in the future. But you cannot argue the truth about his character. His character is a walking contradiction, through and through. It's so scary. It is so scary. We pray we'll meet a real life version of Vash in real life, because if we do, you know you're gonna be crying. Oh Lord. He exists. I spoke too soon.
What happened?
I imagine we in real life we bump into the one who had the same characteristic trait of Vash the Stampede.
Oh.
And we watch his life situations. You go look at me like, man, you are right. This is a sad situation.
Oh man.
This shouldn't be happening. But you can't tell me I was wrong about it. You say, I'm a pacifist. I don't like to fight. Really?
Shit, me, you're gonna fight to live, goddammit. You ain't gonna freaking die.
You're a pacifist. No wonder she can do that on you. And you just go look and smile. Hi, honey.
Oh man. Oh, sorry.
Let's go to the last few slides we have left, because we are at one.
This is literally the last one.
I know everybody look at me like I'm crazy, but I am not crazy. I'm just pointing out the obvious. It's a cool character, but we cannot have that in today's. If we do have that in today's society, and you see this shit, you can't tell me I was wrong. You be like, oh shit. Try to explore a deep theme of pacifism, redemption, human nature, and survival. It became a cult classic. It did, especially in the West, due to the mix of humor, action, and existential question. Question? It got way more than question. It was interrogation. Like, dude, how you fit in this? Questions. That anime will interrogate your mind. Like, you have you thinking like, I hope that's not for real. I hope this logic does not fall out today to like I would lose it. Trigun Stampede really out the interest in the series with modernized, more dramatic take on the stories. Yeah. Not crazy, that's debatable, I think. Oh, really? Gonna go there? Not debate? Okay. We're gonna have that debate. We'll have a chart.
And I know one thing. I know who is crazy. The guy that has a crystal, and then next thing you know, he stays too long in the suit. I had to go there. I just gonna throw that out there.
Boy,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for saying it, but
let's see how quick.
Let's
see how quick Peter pop up. Let's have quick Peter pop up in here and lose his cool. If he doesn't make it in here, then that's a lot of restraint. I'm sorry. You will have a lot of great anime conversations and speak on the flaws or the weird concept or something that got you thinking like, really, this on the idea. Because in Dragon Ball, we didn't go down this route. Almost every character in Dragon Ball
we could have really went down that route.
Almost every character was based on a fruit or vegetable.
But with an everyday civilian lifestyle. You had the monk, you had the old dirty bastard, you had the simp.
Oh God.
You had a dude that was sort of pacifist thinking of making a shot. What up?
Master Yo-
You had the
Mas-
so-called
Mas-
playboy that wasn't a playboy.
Master Yoshi was that old man who walking up in the club trying to steal your young girl from you. I got money. I got my own
Your
island.
time will never come.
You don't have to pay rent.
Any
You live
anime
with
I
me.
love, I will give it full contradiction. I literally did it to Dragon Ball. What? Like, you think I'm scared? You think I'm
Like,
scared?
come on. Master Yoshi is the king of the old school pimp.
Yep.
He got his own island. He would tell you, you don't have to pay no rent. You live with me rent free. Come on. I got it.
And guess what? And all you had to do is just give him a moment. He will flex and he look like young oh man. He'll be like, oh my God. The female will be like, oh my God.
The fact that he had to train for the tournament of power not to get so distracted by a woman. And what did he use for his what? No, hold on. What was his training equipment that he was using to fight against?
What was his
You
training
wanna-
equipment?
The panties. They got. I was like, you can't be serious, right? You can't be serious.
No, wait. Wait, whose panties?
They have one of the character to transform into her panties, so he can. Yeah. And we didn't even go that. We didn't even go down that route more on Dragon Ball Z. We're talking about
can't
Ambien.
make that shit up. Oh my God.
Dude, anime is very comical in its own right. It got things that will make you want to not drink water and watch because you will end up laughing and shoot water out of your nose.
It's,
God forbid it's a soda.
Yeah, that's just mad work. That's mad work.
And you think I'm bad.
Oh man, that's mad work. Oh man.
Don't get me, Mandrell, don't get me started. Don't. You want none of this. This is my turf here. When it comes to anime here, we having that discussion, have that type of conversations. No one's winning. You're not winning with me. I will win some, I will lose some, but in that area, no. While it went in on a few episodes, we did Peter's iconic favorite anime, and while they decimated it.
Now look, again, I didn't decimate it for the simplicity of the anime itself.
What he did.
I pretty much destroyed it based upon his wording.
All I know was that I was speechless. I had to get up, walk it out, collect myself, and come back to my seat.
Oh my God. Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
Peter was heartbroken. That moment, Peter was no longer existed. Ghost Spider came out, and he was like, vengeance is mine, nigga.
You mean vengeance will be his? Never.
Peter was mad. Peter was like,
he's the one that said, how can you be mad when you're the one that explained it the way you did? That's not my fault.
The way Wally described that anime, I could see Peter putting the iconic Sparta paint on his face.
I mean, what else? You want me to call it just nothing but fairy
his
dust?
Face went ghost white.
I can switch it and say it was fairy dust.
He had his blade and said, let your favorite anime come on this show. I'm coming to take my vengeance.
One of them already came. Dragon Ball is one of them, and you saw me speak about that. I hold no gripes.
You're right. And I apologize, Peter, for that. What I said, I had to take that. What I'm trying to say that Peter is making sure if he catch Wally's favorite anime.
Look, I have a lot of favorite animes. Look, it can be Inuyasha, it can be Yu Yu Hakusho, it can be. There is nothing you won't say that I wouldn't say mostly my damn self. Literally, there's nothing, almost nothing.
But the thing is, how you said it, you kind of like made it.
That's on his interpretation, though. Not my fault.
Okay, it's not your fault on that. So Tell me why it's my fault when I interpreted Vash the Stampede as a walking contradiction.
I never
And
did say that that was your fault.
no, Mandrill was trying to say I should not slander him, but I say his character flaw is scary. There's nothing wrong being a pacifist, but onto an extreme level.
I'm sorry. I do believe there is something wrong with being a pacifist. Because let's be honest, people, in this life you have no choice but to fight. I'm just gonna be real. I don't care what no one said.
Yeah, but Vash the Stampede character was so scary. It starts to make you question: is a person like that in real life? Trying to find out there are too many of them. How we sure didn't? Well, what if we were to get those people and set them down in the closed room and ask them, what anime do you watch when you were young? And they mentioned Trigun. What you gonna say?
Can I study your brain and your psychology?
Because think about it. Million Knives represent all these psychotic people that you see them locked in prison who feel like they can't control their impulse of killing. This man was dicing people like he's having a smoothie.
But I ain't gonna lie though, right? But I find this interesting, right? Let's throw a little tidbit. I'm gonna throw a little piece in the fire for Mr. Millions. Let's
Oh,
imagine a world where Mr. Millions would eventually probably got rid of humanity since he's so sick and tired of it. Would he end himself then?
let's be real. Who's worse, him or Thanos? How about that?
Thanos.
Thanos?
Yeah. Because let's be honest, Millions is not doing it for nobody. He's just doing it for him. Thanos is doing it for Lady Death.
You got a point. You got a point. Yeah, I
And
agree
then,
with that.
because think about it, in the grand scheme of it, in the grand scheme of it all, Thanos himself, as big as a titan as he is also a simp.
I'm just this is why I say I love anime, but when you watch the character and you pay close attention to these details, you start to ask yourself these questions. Who portrayed these personality traits? Where do you see them from? Who do you think is similar to these type of? This is why when I say me and I'm like, whew.
Yeah, because pretty much you may as well say Thanos is pretty much a thug in the streets that's motherfuckers just snip the throats of another dude and another dude and another dude just for the simple pussy of a one female.
So Thanos represent all the guys who lose their life and go to prison over. You know what?
AKA the budget cut. Well, not even the budget cut, but the street dirty down Pookie. Hey.
So, Wale, what the schedule you have for the week? Because this conversation, I know it would be interesting because remember we went in dirty hard on Gungrave because Gungrave really pissed me off. It had the momentum, it had the potential to be a great anime, but all it did it waste all that investment, all that build up fan base on what that crappy, shoddy ass game. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. And you struck out even worse than ever before. Like seriously, like how you do that?
Yep.
And this one right here, okay, the first season of the new one is 12 episodes. What will the next season gonna be like?
Oh man.
Question is how long you gonna wait?
2 years in since last time.
Oh not.
Yeah,
Oh,
but look.
Wally, schedule for this week. Tomorrow's show,
All right.
Saturday show. And
Tomorrow's show, ladies and gentlemen, we have Stepdad versus Real Dad, understanding the roles in a child's life. That is on Thursday. Stay tuned if you're willing to be a part of that.
I have
Saturday
no choice. I
show,
gotta be there. Go ahead.
yeah, Saturday show. It is about Mask, another show that more likely belongs to, I don't know, this platform right here.
We need to. You need to. What we to do next time? If Peter Tan's still out there, we need to tape him in the chair and say, "Sorry, ladies and gentlemen."
We just took this over. This is a Anime Unlocked Saturday edition.
And we have Peter right here in the chair, duct tape him out. Like, we told you stop doing our shows.
Yeah, but ladies and gentlemen, Saturday we'll be talking about Mask in the the highway worlds of the high tech vehicles and furious fight scenes that revolutionized the 80s.
While Peter trying to strangle us, say, "How dare you try to take over this side of the show?"
Oh man. Well, technically we're not gonna take over because we're not gonna bring no presentations.
Now imagine we're all in the same studio. We do that to him. No, you're not gonna run free without one. You will make sure he get us back.
Oh man, yeah. Now, as far as of right now, there is nothing pre-scheduled for Sunday, but stay tuned just in case of anything. And then back on Wednesday, we will be having the Outlaw Stars, the Amazing Adventures Beyond the Stars.
Another OG
Eric,
anime.
I know you'd be waiting for this one.
That's another OG anime.
Well, actually, yeah, he's talking about the other one.
And I think it aired around the same time when Trigun came out. Did it?
Let me go look. Let me go look real quick.
No, because remember we talked about it earlier in the show. Trigun lost its popularity because there was some anime was whooping its ass. The anime boom was a brutal era. I'm not gonna lie.
Outlaw Star was 1998.
That close. Because Trigun came in 1999. 98, that correct?
Hold up. We're about to give me a moment. Give me a moment. It is the same year.
Same year. See? So imagine what it was like during the airwave when you have multiple anime competing for the top spot.
But you know what's funny though? As far as the OG original Trigun, it was a better rated show than Outlaw Star though.
Interesting. You know what? We need to have that talking point on Wednesday when you go point out because stop being compared because certain anime did great. Some anime you start to question like maybe it wasn't the right time to be out here compete with the juggernaut.
And the funny thing is they're in the same realm because they're both Western, ideals. So
imagine that. So my final thought for this show, I will say this very quick and simple. You don't have to put in no big. Trigun. If you're doing the three books, since you did the first season, I haven't finished seeing the rest because I'm still comparing it to the old one. You better hit it out of the ballpark. Because luckily for you, you're not come on air at the same time Solo Level were coming out. Because Solo Level, I say, second try again, not happening. Stay right there. Because there's a lot of popular anime right now coming in heavy hard. They're like, no, we number one here. We taking this spot. And you have some of these OG anime going to reboot or remaster. Think, okay, this the right time. I can get that spotlight. Not well, like you got some heavy hitter coming in like, yo, grandpa, sit this one out. This not your time. Oh, tell me I'm wrong. Am I wrong?
Oh, I ain't gonna say nothing because I'm about to say something very interesting for my closing thoughts.
I'm not too animated today because this show with mixed review, it was great, but I had some issues, and I'm glad we got evidence showing that during the original production, halfway in, it was following the manga. Halfway to the end, it diverged to something else. and you had a movie to do a patchwork for the in between. And I found like come on, man, you disrespect the audience. That's not cool. You do it like you do on like they did George Lucas. Am I wrong?
I ain't saying nothing.
Then if I when I couldn't find the character because even at the other character like the two brothers, I don't remember how much was the two brothers because there was so much contradiction. I was like, okay, this is this is some brutal comedy. You're mixing polar opposite characters to the point whereby they don't even get along well. It's just a walking contradiction upon a walking contradiction upon a walking contradiction. You're the most powerful, more dangerous person on the planet, but I could come and deck you and you still smile at me. I'm like, no, you scared. If I could come and punch you in the face and knock your teeth out, and you still go smile and say, hey, I know something's wrong, so I'm not coming near you. Real talk. I don't feel comfortable with a person who is extreme pacifist and don't like to fight. How sure you're not gonna turn into like Bruce Banner and all gonna do is hit you with a nuclear bomb and you see Vash the Stampede turn to the Incredible Hulk. How that gonna look like? Are you sure he's not gonna be worse than me and Knife? All hulked out? You can't call him the Hulk, it's just Vash. I'm gonna call it Brash. I'm just trying to make it rhyme. Don't look at me. But your father know, Wally.
My parting words. See, I'm gonna end this with a little funny tidbit, right? Like my partner would say, Trigun is a walking contradiction. You know who else was a walking contradiction? Like most people would say in the comic world, Batman.
Oh,
Why do I mention this?
oh shit.
If you can't sell, hey, Batman can sell, and he was a walking contradiction. Get your life together.
Ooh, that could be another debate. I wonder if you have that topic on certain characters from the comic book world, who's the walking contradiction. And you break it down, why he the walking contradiction. And see if he can apply in real life, if they can survive present time world. And being a walking contradiction. Because even though we did Dragon Ball Z dirty, a lot of those characters fall in present time real life event. You can't tell we don't see a lot of grandpa who picking up their grandson girlfriend. Dude, that anime was like watching a black anime. And I realized it's a black anime in disguise. So the character flaw in that Dragon Ball franchise was actually in our black community. And as you have to take the time to look into, you have to be like,
Hey, you know what's the most? You know what's the worst thing too?
what?
The best? No, actually, the best and yet the worst thing. The best thing that they didn't do would have been the worst thing. You remember the female, right? The female character in Dragon Ball that was co-op in personality. Bro, thank goodness they gave her nobody in a relationship. Lord have mercy. I can only imagine the wear and tear on my mind if they gave them.
And you can't tell me that type of woman does not exist in present time. You have women where they're all night, but all of a sudden they just flip on you, and you talk to her like, what's going on? The next day, hey, honey, how you doing? You're like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Where the guns were straps.
Who is this?
Got anything around you? No.
Who the one we met last night? Because this is not you.
Hey, sometimes you sit there, you think about it, be like, hey, did Boondock stole this idea? Oh, that was amazing.
And they came way before the Boondocks.
Oh, that was so amazing. That was so crazy.
They came way. This is what I've been trying to tell people. People think I'm just saying for a lot of these anime have some huge impact in our society, and Dragon Ball is the biggest culprit, the biggest ever. You cannot tell me it ain't so. Even on DJ Hampshire said that a lot of so-called thuggish, trying to cool guy, low key watch Dragon Ball. So what do you want to say? I'm wrong. Wale's wrong. Didn't they display character they learn from these animes
I
extensively?
guarantee you, if every thug watch anime, their favorite character was Vegeta.
Oh God, they can relate.
No, we ain't gonna go there. We ain't going there. We ain't going. We ain't going there. Goddamn it, we ain't going there. Hell no.
You
We can't
spoke it.
relate.
You spoke into existence. I just signed it
No,
off.
no. We ain't going there. We ain't going there. We are not going there. We're definitely not going there. We're for sure not going there.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to end the show soon. There's shout out to any female commentator who want to join this platform and have that conversation on a Wednesday. This is the kind of place whereby you can be frank. And I have to apologize for saying the N word during the show. I was in the zone and should not have been said, and I apologize for that. But this show is what we need, where we can have that time to have that conversation and point out the flaws in some of our favorite anime and call it for what it is, or you point out the improvement or something that has made it iconic to our childhood, or something that we can say this was one of the best anime of all time. But there's some anime we gonna say it was the greatest of all time, and there's some anime we gonna be like, really, it's the best. If I don't get on it, it definitely Wally gonna get on it. And when Wally get on it, I'm not stopping him. I'm telling
And
you right now.
if we both don't get on it, just understand. Let live and let God, as they say.
Hey, unless Peter did come out of nowhere and decide to do this is Sparta on anime, then it is his revenge.
He will never have no revenge. There is none. He
You
can't
hear
go.
that? You hear that? You got no revenge, Sparta. And Mandrell, when we have that conversation, bring your note.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna make sure to keep some tabs. We'll figure out something.
Bring your note. If you want to be the attorney for Vash the Stampede, you better. I'll be the prosecutor. I will prosecute his case.
I will be in the stands.
I will make sure he gets served that paper just to be served. You cannot tell me that's not what I say he is. You just can't. No matter how much you try, I know it will hurt, but you have to admit the fact. Hey, oh well, you will talk about Yacha. We'll get the heat too. Yacha will soon get the heat, and when it does, oh, it's gonna be hot.
So much love for that show, but it must be done.
It'll be hotter than the Hot Boys in New Orleans.
Oh wow. Okay.
All I know. Let me see if I can open another window. Guys, I am CBN Tech Talk. This is Wally.
You. It's time to lock up the shop on this anime talk. Much love to all y'all. Did it end the screen?